incredible chalkboard Burleson. I'm good with the X's and O's. Okay. And that right there is Peter Parker Schrager, right? Because you're all over the web with everything that you do.
I'm a DC guy, apparently, yeah.
And that right there is Kyle, Captain America Brent.
I'll take it.
He's our fearless leader.
I'll take it.
And we got MJ. What kind of product do you use in that hair, girl?
You'll never know. Acosta.
Here we go. You guys ready for the show?
Oh, we're ready. Let's go get it.
It's Chuck Norris' 80th birthday.
Okay.
So in honor of Chuck Norris, we are going to cut a knife with butter today. It is a big morning on GMFB, and I'm going to give you my top 5 diamond-in-the-rough free agents. The under-the-radar guys, like Kenyon Drake, who had a breakout season for the Cardinals. If you don't want to spend on Derrick Henry or Melvin Gordon, can't you do just fine with a Kenyon Drake? We're going to go through it, and some of the guys that you're not hearing about who might make a difference next season. Also, J.J. Watt tweeted out his lessons in being a husband 101. So we're going to share some of our own rules that we have learned along the way, pass them along to not only J.J., but MJ, and tell her what we think her... What, would you say future beau might need to know? Is that a little tip of trope?
We're doing a segment on what we've learned in marriage?
Yeah.
30 seconds long?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, good.
That's
I can't wait. It's not the only thing.
I'm waiting for it. All right. We've got a huge announcement coming on later in the show. We're showing fans clapping. We can't give away too much.
Fans are clapping.
But trust me, we have fans clapping for a reason. It involves fans clapping. A big announcement later in the show.
Okay.
Good Morning Football's here. Let's go.
Yeah, Peter.
Do it.
That's what, listen, and keep the claps going because it's time for
the Lead Lock. Let's go.
And we're going to start in New England, where we are still awaiting a decision on Tom Brady's future with the team. Brady will become a free agent on March 18th, right around the corner. Dolphins cornerback Aqib Talib spent some time with the Patriots in 2012 and 2013. But last night on Total Access, Talib told us what he thinks the future holds for Brady.
I've been a part of Bill in this situation as well, free agency time, and I got a call from Bill that said, if you want to make a bunch of money, you're going to make a bunch of money. If you want to play some football and win some games, then we got a spot for you here. So if he treated everybody the same in the meeting room, he probably treating everybody the same around free agency time as well. I think Tom is gone. I think it's a done deal, and Bill is going to be Bill. Them calls are going to be shortened to the point. We got a report that said it didn't go well. I can imagine. I had a call that didn't go well with Bill before, so I can imagine how what happened on that call.
That is firsthand experience right
That's
there.
good.
Great context. But Aqib is not the only one with an opinion on the future of Tom Brady. Yesterday, right here on Good Morning Football, we were joined by the Peter King from NBC's Football Morning in America. Here's what he had to say about his predictions for Brady's future in New England.
You get the feeling that they're going to let him go out and seek his fortune. You know, my gut feeling is, just a gut feeling, is that the Patriots will let him go, and they're going to wait to see all of these dominoes when they fall, all the musical chairs get taken, and then they're going to be sitting there with 3 or 4 interesting quarterbacks. Who knows? Case Keenum, Mariota, maybe even Jameis. I think the Patriots will essentially just pick and choose their guy at a low price. Who wants to come and play for the great Bill Belichick? 1 year, $6 million.
I mean, as always, perfect point there. But what do you guys think should be the Patriots' contingency plan if Brady decides to leave in free agency? I mean, who do we see as the best fit here to replace him?
If it really happens.
If it really
he's
happens.
Gone,
Yeah.
If the mountains move. It's going to be a mess. People are going to be very emotional. There's going to be someone who has to come and put out that fire. You need kind of a cooler. And I think when you have a big mess, you need to clean someplace up. You got to go to Dalton. I mean, obviously, that is the move that everyone wants to make. And you know, there he is right there, the one that says pain don't hurt and has a lot of takes on prison. No. Not that Dalton. I'm talking about somebody else to clean. I'm talking about the red-headed one. That one. That's the guy that I like. I can't picture Belichick right now starting with a neophyte, with some 22-year-old going to learn on the job, make a bunch of mistakes. I look back to the Matt Castle year, the infamous Matt Castle year, where Belichick won 11-5, and I see a lot of Andy Dalton in that, a guy who's been to the playoffs, who's not going to kill you. I see him as a Belichick guy. However, my friends, the one that I love, the one that I would just absolutely go biblical for, I would love to see Nick Foles come to Foxborough, and I'll tell you why.
Take us through this.
Okay, so that man right there, Super Bowl MVP, statue, tore up the Patriots. I think he immediately has the fan base's respect. They've seen him destroy them. There's nobody who is going to be less intimidated going to Foxborough, taking over for the GOAT, being the Jay Fiedler after Dan Marino, than Nick Foles. That is what he has made a living out of. No one's better to come out of the phone booth and into Foxborough than Nick Foles, the guy who earned a statue by beating the Patriots. He's done it his whole career. We don't know what's going to go on with him in Jacksonville. I would love to see him in Foxy Town, him or Dalton. There's going to be some pain with Brady leaving, but pain don't hurt, guys.
Yeah, there's something about a guy beating you that demands respect from you.
Maybe they should get Eli.
Yeah, before I actually show you the guy that I'm talking about, just think about an individual that has won games up against Tom Brady.
Okay.
Think about an individual that, if there was an award called the most improved comeback player, he might have won it this past season. Think about a young quarterback that has already received money, that is working for his next big deal, that is athletic, that is as tough as it gets, and that is ready to prove himself. I got a guy that makes perfect sense. On top of that, he might be a little bit more inexpensive than Tom Brady. How about Ryan Tannehill?
Okay, Tannehill.
To the Patriots. Ryan Tannehill, there it is. Oh, okay.
He's wearing Antonio Brown 17.
Okay.
Wow. He's all tatted up, too.
I see Tannehill.
I like
Tannehill. And listen, think about this, though. He's beaten Tom Brady 5 times in his career, including playoffs. You know who has more victories against Tom Brady? Only Peyton Manning. That's the only other quarterback. Ryan Tannehill's fearless. Just think about this past playoff win he had up against Tom Brady. We all thought, or at least people here at the table, except for me, thought that the Patriots were going to do what they do best, right? They get into the playoffs and they smack up a team of lesser talent, lesser coaches. But that's not what they did. And they were led by Ryan Tannehill. Of course, he had help with Derrick Henry and that fantastic group of men on the other side of the ball playing defense the way they did. But Ryan Tannehill right now, with what he did in Miami and how he reinvented himself with Tennessee, this could be an individual that can go anywhere. He has proven this past season he can go anywhere and win. Now, just like Peter King said, maybe the Patriots are sitting back saying, all right, Tom, we'll let you walk away, and we'll take any of these free agent quarterbacks. And out of the free agent quarterbacks, I dare you guys to give me a better player that is more exciting than Ryan Tannehill right now. I don't think there is.
Does Taylor Lewan and Derrick Henry come with him? I'm concerned about that.
I also think Tannehill might fetch a very high price tag. Like, that's the kind of guy that had this season, and he was the comeback player of the year last year. He did go to the AFC Championship game, and if for some reason the Titans get cute here and don't franchise him and say, okay, go test the free agent waters, there might be a $30 million deal waiting. Would you pay Ryan Tannehill $30 million if you're not going to pay Tom Brady $35?
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to pay Ryan Tannehill $30 million, but is he asking for that per year? Mm-hmm. I'm not sure he is. I think you can get Ryan Tannehill for $25, $26 million a year, which is good for Ryan Tannehill and great for the team.
Yeah. I'm going to give you what you haven't heard anywhere and what I think might end up happening if Brady were to go somewhere else. And I think Aqib Talib's comments really sung to me because it is that way. Belichick's not going to woo you. I've been saying this on the show for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, going back to the Combine. Belichick's not going to come with roses at the door and knock on Tom Brady's door and say, please come back. It's not going to happen. Like, there's too much pride, there's too much history, and there's also too much respect for what they have in-house for them to look at Tom Brady and say, save us. I think they might roll the dice with Jarrett Stidham, who's the current backup quarterback. Jarrett Stidham last year in the preseason showed some things, and Jarrett Stidham's been in the system for a couple years now. And if you look at the money of this thing, 2019, Jarrett Stidham made $650,000. 2020, he's going to make $745,000. But he has now been in Josh McDaniels' offense for a year. He has learned from Brady, and at the very least, let's see what this guy can do because they drafted him on day 3 and they actually like what they saw in him. Now you have Stidham, you say, you can't roll out Jarrett Stidham, you got to bring something else. Okay, you have the 23rd overall pick. You're paying him $700,000. You get the 23rd overall pick. Say you take, I don't know, Justin Herbert slips, and if you don't go him, you go with Jacob Eason or Justin Love, one of these other guys. You're paying him $2 million. You would get Jarrett Stidham, who's a second-year quarterback, and you would get Justin Herbert or Jacob Eason or Justin Love at $2 million instead of paying Dalton $17, $18 million. Instead of paying Tannehill $25 million, you're paying $2.3 million on 2 players that you can groom and
Peter,
you can mold.
Those guys play?
That's the.
They might not be able to play at all.
If they go
money's great.
Stidham, it's not because of just pride and ego. It's because they think he can play.
That's a gamble.
And everything I hear out of there, they like Stidham. Mm-hmm. They liked Garoppolo. They liked Brissett. They liked Ryan Mallett. They like Stidham. Don't be shocked if this is one of those deals where it's Jarrett Stidham and maybe a draft pick that they have.
Crazy.
And they say, hey, you know what? We trust this, and we know we're spending $2.3 million on the quarterback position. Let's go spend everywhere else, and let's trust the coaches, and let's coach the defense, and let's see what we can do.
I like the Jarrett Stidham sort of trajectory there. I do like him as who, in the bigger picture, the longer run, could be a good fit. And we know that he's talented. He has the goods. He has the tools to be there, and he's been learning from Belichick and Brady for so long. But I have a different bridge sort of gap.
Oh, you do? Over the water?
Yes,
I think I know where you're
right.
going.
Okay, what do you got?
We're going with where I'm rolling with this. Imagine a scenario where, with all of the question marks out here in this quarterback landscape, a Cam Newton rolls in to New England
talking.
and
Let's
fills
go.
in that bridge. A healthy Cam Newton with what he can do, the experience that he has. This is a QB that has been to the Super Bowl. I think it could be tremendous. I know there's a lot of question marks about his health. No one knows what the Panthers are going to do with him just yet. But look at that. Look at him throwing. That's powerful stuff. Again, this isn't a fantasy world. We don't know what's going to happen, but I think this could really shake some stuff
How do you
up.
think Belichick would handle Cam Newton's?
Well, that's the other.
The
that's
whole
the other
package.
piece
I'm
of the
serious,
puzzle.
though. You
Yeah.
say Cam Newton, you can't just put it out there. So, MJ, Cam Newton comes out here, does the Superman stuff. That's not the Patriot way. Do you think he would be able to tame it, or do you think Belichick would be open to having a quarterback with a different personality than Brady?
I think much like a marriage, that's going to take a lot of compromise there. I think that it's a completely different personality. Of course, he is one of those larger-than-life type of guys. We've seen the outfits. He has that kind of fanfare about him that really makes him different to deal with.
Yeah.
Totally against what Belichick goes for, but I think it could be interesting.
He's going to put
Maybe
butts in
it's a new
seats.
area. Yeah, without question.
You know what I mean?
Not
I don't
the
know.
biggest
I don't know if
draw.
Stidham is selling tickets. You know what I'm saying?
You think they're worried about ticket sales in New England?